So whenever you're numbering your thesis, you're always gonna need to make sure that your first pages of the document, the ones that include table of contents, the cover page, needs to be numbered in a different way than the rest of your document. And the same thing goes for the last pages, like the appendixes need to be numbered in a different way than the rest of the document, and so on. So the way you're gonna do that is accessing the headers and footers. So there's two ways of doing it. You can either just double click on the top and on the bottom of the page, or on the bottom of the page, it doesn't matter, and they're always accessed at the same time, you see. So whenever you click on the footer, the header also opens, and the other way around. So if you go under, if you want to do it in a different way, you can go under insert and then header and footer. So you can select a given template, or you can just click under page number and click right here, page number, and that will get you to insert a number in a without having to access either the header or footer. So let's say I want to insert my number in the bottom of the page, but centered. So I'm gonna select center. I want it to be in the bottom of the page, and I don't want it to show on the first page. Okay, so this is my first page for now, so it won't show anything in here, but it is showing for all the other pages. And what you can see is that although it's not showing on the first page, it's still being numbered. So the number doesn't show here, but this is still page 1. This is page 2. This is page 3. So this is not really what we wanted to be looking at. And and also, just for the sake of the example here, I'm gonna insert a cover page. So I'm gonna go under insert cover page. You can be doing your own. Most people don't even use the templates here, but since it's easier, I'm just gonna use one of these. And then when you have your cover page, you want, and let's say I want this to be numbered in a different format than this. So let's say our goal is to number from this page onward, which is where our actual text starts, our document starts, is from 1. This right here is going to be numbered in Roman, all like Roman numbers, so it's going to be like I, like lowercase I, and this one is not going to be numbered at all. So whenever you want to apply different style formattings into different sections of Word, you're always going to be using a section break instead of a page break. So remember that a page break only divided like one page from another, but the section break's not only going to divide one page from another, but it's also going to divide them into different sections, different style sections. So let's just activate the hidden characters here, so it's easier to see where those breaks are going to be inserted. I don't need a page break here anymore, so I'm just gonna, actually I do. All right, so instead of a page break here, actually, because this is our template, so instead of a page break here, I'm just gonna replace that for a section break. So you go under layout, you're gonna click under breaks, you're gonna click under the section breaks menu here at the bottom. I'm gonna click under next page. Right, so this section break here represents that this page will have a different formatting than this page, right? So, and I'm gonna have to do the same thing between this page and this page, because again, I want this to be in a different section, this to be in a different section, and this to be in a separate section, because all of them are gonna have different numbering styles. So I'm gonna delete the page break here. And instead I'm gonna add a section break. Just delete the extra space here. Now I'm gonna number this one. I'm not even gonna number this one because I don't want it to be numbered, right? So whenever you want to insert the number, so let's start with this one because I don't want this one to be numbered. So I'm gonna double click here on the foot of the page. I'm gonna uncheck link to previous because I don't want this to be related to this whatsoever. I want to putting a page number on the right, actually on the center. I don't want it to be Roman. I want to start at 1. All good. Okay. Right. Page number. Center. Format. It's gonna be 1. I don't want it to start at 0. I want it to start at 1. And okay. And that is it. Alright, so no numbers on the first page. Let me just deactivate this for a sec. So no numbers on the first page. Roman numbers on this table of contents section, which would also include the other tables, table of figures and table of tables. And the actual document is numbered normally 1. And oh, this one's not. So let's just double click here. Yeah, so it's all good. Let's insert a new page here to see if the number follows. So new page, number 3, new page, number 4. So it's working fine now. Oh, actually, one more thing before I start on this. So whenever you're dividing your document into different sections, besides, you know, like changing the numbers on the pages, you can also change the orientation on the pages. So let's say the table of contents, instead of having it like on portrait mode, I want it to be on the landscape mode. So since this is a different section of this and this, they are like, I can apply this change of your orientation without affecting the other two parts of the document. So now let's go back to tables. So for tables, you can insert it on Word itself, or you can like get it from Excel. So if I go and insert a table, it gives us the option to either draw it or insert it, you know, specifying a given number of rows and columns, or just hover the mouse over this area right here and just select our table. If our table ranges from 10 to 8, this can be done for here. If not, if it's bigger, we can do it a personalized, customized one under insert table. So for now, let's stick with the 3x3 table. Right. So whenever you do a table, you can format it using the table presetted table designs here. So let's use this one for now. And then whatever you write on your table, you can format the content to your own liking. So this design already demands that the contents on this big L section here, pretty much the columns and first row, the headers row, and the label for the rows are set to have like a letter in white. But you could change that if you wanted afterwards. You can select how many cells you want, and then you can select how many cells you want and change some of the formatting just for that, as I did here. So if you want to select multiple cells, you just hold like Control on Windows or Command on Mac. It doesn't really, it's pretty similar. Okay, so once you do that, our table still seems a bit big to what we have inserted there. So if you want to fit the table to its contents and just reduce the table size in a way that fits all the contents perfectly, you can either do it manually, as I did here, just click on one of the sides and just drag it up, down, left and right, doesn't really matter. Or even better, at least in my opinion, you can go under the table layout here on the top right side, and then there's the auto fit options. So you can fit it by contents, by window, or column width. So let's fit it by contents, and voila. Or you can set your own predetermined height and width for the cells. So okay, and then whenever you're inserting charts, the way that Word works is, since of its connection with Excel, is gonna open up automatically, regardless of the type of chart that you select. It's gonna open up automatically an Excel table for you to like change your data. So if I change, say, reduce my data to have just 2 columns instead of 3, you're gonna see those changes reflected right away on Word. So let's bring it back 1 column, then you can see an extra category here. So this is how charts were inserting charts is in Word. And whenever you're finished, like say that if you had made this chart in Excel before starting your Word document, you could just copy and paste the chart itself from Excel to Word. And then as you do so, you have 2 options. You can either paste that with like as an embedded document, that is, you can paste that as a linked chart to your Excel document, or you can paste it as a figure. If you paste it as a linked element, whatever changes you make in the chart would reflect on the document, on the Word document. So this is it for now, and on the next video we're going to be covering how to caption all these elements and put them into their own table of figures and table of tables.